Salut Ethan et bienvenue encore aujourd'hui. Welcome to the lesson today. It's going to be a good lesson today. I think you're really going to enjoy it. It's more fun. So we're going to use some real, genuine French today. Last lesson, you looked at posters for a tourist attraction. We did some tough readings and the listening, and I talked about the importance of doing this because when you go to France, you're going to have to look at these tourist things. You're going to have to work it out, and then you're going to have to go buy a ticket, ask some questions, and that sort of thing. And we talked about doing this in French. And I said, yes, if you go to Paris, people do speak English and you'll get by. But the challenge here is to speak in French. If you go to the countryside, if you go to certain bits of the south or even the centre of France, of Corsica, they're not going to speak any English. So you and your French are going to get by. This is what it's all about, guys. This is why you're doing the GCSE. I know you want good grades and you will get good grades, but this is what it's all about. It's about you having a skill for life. So what you learn with me at Glenthorne, you can use for the rest of your life. That is what it's all about. And I tell you now, right, there's no better feeling than going to France and using the language and just doing it. It just feels so good to do. It's what really got me into wanting to really learn this language. So that is what it's all about today. You're all going to be using this to book like a place at a tourist event. We're going to look at the role play today. We're going to do a proper GCSE role play, which will be 10 marks on the exam, but hopefully it's more than you just getting 10 marks on the exam when it comes to your speaking exam. This lesson should give you the confidence that when you're next in France, and you've got to go to France, guys, it's quicker to get to France than it is to get to Manchester. Think of that. So when you're in France, when you're older, you'll be able to think back to this lesson, think back to this moment, and you'll be able to use your French. So that's what we're going to do today. But to make sure you're ready to get to that level, we got to test you. So I'll explain what we're going to do in a second. Voilà, vous savez ce qu'il faut faire. Yeten, s'il vous plaît, inventez la date et copier le titre du genre si vous travaillez dans vos cahiers bleus. Et ici, on a le contrôle de post-it. C'est très important aujourd'hui que tu sais tous les mots ici. Donc, mettez-moi ce pause sur les vidéos, pausez les vidéos, complétez le contrôle de post-it et quand tu es prête, recommencer les vidéos et je vais faire les réponses, mais aussi je vais discuter un peu plus ce qu'on va faire aujourd'hui. Alors, mettez-moi ce pause. Hello, mes petits. Right, guys, if you've restarted me, you've done your post-it note test and you're ready. So let me quickly talk about the lesson before we get onto that post-it note test. Today, then, it's all about survival at a French tourist attraction. I've talked about it a bit. We're going to do some vocab work and get you used to like speaking on the spot, inventing things on the spot. Then we're going to do one more listening, which will sort of model, it will show you a conversation that two people are having, and then you'll say, okay, I understood that, I know what to do. And then we're going to do a proper role play card to test you. Now, this is the toughest thing you'll do, speaking on the spot, actually using your French, but the more practice, the better you'll get. You might want to watch this lesson more than once. You might want to try the role play a few times. That's completely fine. That is all about you and your independence. Like rehearsing will make a big difference. So guys, that's what's coming up today. You must know these question words to be able to answer them, and you must be able to ask questions yourself, which is what we're going to do today. So how well did you do on this post-it? You should have 4 or 5 out of 6 on this one. So is there, you don't say is there in French, you say is this, that, there is, which is est-ce qu'il y a. Love that. Est-ce qu'il y a. Voilà. At what time? À quelle heure? At which hour? What is? Quel est? And what are? C'est quels sont. So look at the difference between the two. Singular, quel est et quels sont. Quelles sont les différences? What are the differences? Quelles sont les raisons? What are the reasons? You can use these in all different contexts as well. How much is it? Like so many of you, when we did the speaking exam like last year with current year 12, yeah, this came up on so many of their role plays. How do you say how much it is? It is ça coûte combien. That costs, that says combined. Right, that's my autocorrect. It should be combien. Ça coûte combien. C'est ça coûte combien. Voilà. So, and finally, a discount. You might want to ask for a discount. So in France, anyone under the age of 26 gets a discount, like me, gets a discount for almost anything, like transport, museums, like not like restaurants and stuff, it won't work there, but for any tourist attraction you should ask for a discount, because at your age you'll get it, and the discount is un prix réduit, literally a price reduced. So that's 6 key phrases today. Hopefully you knew most of them. Let's start with a bit of revision from last lesson's vocabulary, but not just the vocab. We want you speaking on the spot today and inventing French on the spot. Et donc, vous avez la première activité. On va jouer les sables mouvants. Donc, les mots ici en bleu, les phrases ici en bleu vont disparaître. D'accord? Donc, ils vont disparaître. Ce qu'il faut faire, il faut lire le question en français et il faut choisir la bonne réponse. Il faut lire les questions, choisir la bonne réponse. Question, réponse, question, réponse, question, réponse rapidement parce que les mots vont disparaître. Par exemple, le château est ouvert quelle heure dans la semaine? C'est ouvert tous les jours sauf le dimanche. Quels sont les horaires d'ouverture? C'est ouvert de 9h à 18h. Ça coûte combien l'entrée? Ça coûte 8 € pour les adultes. Alors, j'admets, it's quite difficult today. Put me on pause, prepare yourself, and then when you restart me, I'll count you down, and the words will start disappearing. So, just put me on pause, work out what goes where. Allez. Alors, mes petits, if you've restarted me, you should be ready. Donc, tu es prêt? Let's find out. Alors, donc, I'm going to count down, and then the words are going to start disappearing. Good luck. 3, 2, 1, allez! Alors, et 5, 4, et 3, 2, 1, et ça suffit tout le monde. That was really slow, guys. That was easy. You should have got to the end of that easily. Right, you seem pretty confident with this. Here's our questions and answers for today. This is what we're doing today. I think that was too simple. Et voilà, c'est beaucoup plus difficile maintenant. Vous savez ce qu'il faut faire? Cette fois, oui, il faut faire exactement la même chose, mais il faut ajouter la fin d'une phrase. Par exemple, le château est ouvert quel jour de la semaine? C'est ouvert le lundi, le mardi, le mercredi. I've been a bit cheeky there. Quels sont les horaires de ouverture? C'est ouvert de 9h à 15h. Voilà, I'm really good at this. Ça coûte combien l'entrée? Ça coûte 10,50 € pour l'entrée. Voilà, easy, easy. All right, guys, put me on pause. Prepare yourselves. When you're ready, restart the video and we'll go for it. Alors, mes petits, right, guys, you should be ready. Et 3, 2, 1, allez! It's a lot faster this time. Allez, 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 allez. Rapidement, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Et c'est fini tout le monde, right, guys? Did you survive that round? That was a lot tougher. Well done if you did. And now this is the real test. So this time it's completely down to you. I want 5 words for each one. I know s'il vous plaît is technically 3 words, but it counts as 1 here. Don't think you can just put please for everything after. So you want a little example, I'm sure. Le château est ouvert quel jour de la semaine? Le château est ouvert lundi, mardi, mercredi. Quels sont les horaires d'ouverture? C'est ouvert à 9h à 18h. Ça coûte combien l'entrée? L'entrée, c'est 5,50 €. Voilà. This is a bit harder. Maybe pause me for a bit longer. You got all the time you want to prepare. When you're ready, restart and we will begin. Alors mes petits, bon courage. On commence. 1, 3, 2, 1. Allez! Alors 20 secondes plus, je crois. Et 10. Et 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Et c'est fini tout le monde. Alors, bon effort, guys. Did you get to the end of that one? If you did, you've done really well. This is what it's all about today. When you go to France, these are the questions you're going to face. Will you be able to handle them? Well, if you are, you'll need to know this vocab so well, because this is the tricky thing with GCSEs. You might know this today and be able to do this today, but are you going to be able to do this in a year's time? So you would have already done your speaking exam in a year's time when you're watching this. Imagine that. Will you be able to do this in 5 years' time, 10 years' time, 20 years' time when you're in France? We've got to get this vocab right into your long-term memory, and for that, j'ai un petit contrôle pour vous. Alright guys, all of this is on your sheet. If you have a little look, you'll find our vocab test for today. Alors, vous savez ce qu'il faut faire. Pas 1, 2, 3 et 4. Qu'est-ce que c'est en français? Il faut traduire les phrases ici en français. Pas 6, 7, 8 et 9. Il faut mettre le mot dans le bon espace. Donc, le château est quel genre de là? It's going to say the castle is what? What days are the what? Donc, cherchez pour le vocabulaire pour compléter les phrases. Ici, vous avez le défi additionnel. C'est difficile aujourd'hui. The boat trip lasts how long, please? Pensez de l'ordre de mots. Il faut changer l'ordre des mots. Certains mots vont changer en français. Puis, plus, pour dire last, il faut utiliser le verbe durer, qui est le verbe to last a length of time anyway. Alors, donc, c'est ce qu'il faut faire. Aujourd'hui, c'est difficile, hein? Donc 9, c'est le cible aujourd'hui. Now, you could easily get 13 if you just looked at your vocabulary from last lesson and copied it in. Do not do that. Actually test yourself. No one's going to know what score you get today. This is a proper test for you. And if you don't get 9 today, you'll need to go back anyway to look at last lesson and to practice the language. So you're only fooling yourself, like my teachers used to say, but they had a point. Like, this is down to you. Actually see if you can do this. Put me on pause, put like a timer for 4 or 5 minutes on your phone, depending on how long you want to spend on this. 4 to 5 minutes. Restart the video, I'll go through the answers. Good luck mes petits, on y va. Alors mes petits, right guys, if you've restarted me, you're ready for answers. Let's blitz them now. So, numéro 1, how many? This is a key question word. It's the same as how much or how many, and it's combien. So to remember how much or how many, think of like if you combine a number, you're adding them together. So you're asking how many are there. Combien. Numéro 2, what are, plural, quels sont. Donc, quel est, what is, quels sont, or what or which are. You've got to know these two. If you got these first two, you've done well. Numéro 3, at what time? I gave you the letters because I thought it was a bit trickier. C'est à quelle heure. Voilà. Now, if you've got the wrong quel, give yourself a mark, but you need to know the 4 different ways to say this for masculine, feminine, masculine plural, and feminine plural. So, à quelle heure is how you say it. Numéro 4, is there a reduced price? So, you need to say, is this, that, there is a price reduced. Tough. Did you get it? It should be, est-ce qu'il y a un prix réduit? If you got that, you've done exceptionally well, guys. Remember, 9 is the pass mark today. Alors, numéro 5, how much does it cost? Ça coûte combien? Voilà, ça coûte combien? You can also say ça fait combien as well. So faire is the verb to do, but it's also the verb to make. So you can say that makes how much. How much does it cost? Alors, right guys, 5 marks down. You've done really well to get all 5 of them because they are tough. Numéro 6, il fallait mettre le mot dans le bon espace. Donc c'est le château est ouvert. Quel jour de la semaine? Qui veut dire en anglais, the castle is open what days of the week? Voilà. Alors, le 7e. Est-ce que c'est accessible aux personnes handicapées? Voilà. So this means, is it accessible to disabled people? We talked about this last time. All right, 4 to go. I'd be really impressed if you've got all these right now because this is a tougher test. Numéro 8. Everyone messes it up when you don't do the first word. I don't know why, it just makes it a lot harder. So, this says, est-ce qu'on achète des billets? La réponse, c'est U. Est-ce qu'on peut acheter des billets? Qui veut dire en anglais, where is it that one can buy the tickets? Where can we buy the tickets? Et finalement, le dernier, another one with the first word missing. Avez-vous un dépliant, s'il vous plaît? Qui veut dire, Do you have a leaflet, please? This is really tough because this isn't actually part of your vocabulary. It was like an extra bit from the readings last time. Right, guys, excellent effort if you've got over 9. If you did the extra challenge, I'll give you 1 mark if you're close, 2 marks if you're perfect. So, le promenade en bateau dure combien de temps, s'il vous plaît? That would be perfect. 1 mark if you're close, 2 if you're perfect. Bon effort, mes petits. Add up how many you've got. If you've got over 9, you've done really well. You're good to carry on with today's lesson. If you're a bit under that, go back to last lesson and just look, or 2 lessons ago, and just look at some of this vocabulary and then come back to this lesson. Or, even better, all this is unmemorized and on your vocab, go on that and have a little look at that and then come back for the next bit so you can use this today. If you're ready to continue, bon effort, let's go for it. Right, year 10, you've warmed up on some of the questions, you've looked at the vocab. Excusez-moi, we're going to do a quick listening now and then we're going to get to doing the role play ourselves. Et voilà, donc ce qu'il faut faire, sur la feuille que je vous ai donnée, vous avez un site de web, il faut visiter le site de web ici et il va vous demander un code. Donc, il faut copier et coller la code ici et vous auriez l'enregistrement pour l'activité d'écoute qu'on va faire maintenant. Donc, ici, vous avez 6 phrases et il faut décider si les phrases sont vraies ou faux. Before you get listening to that, you know how this works. Work through these questions first, read them through, translate them, make sure you're ready for them. For a vrai ou faux activité, they're going to change one detail. I know what they do, they're tricky. So instead of 9 to 9, it's going to be 9 to 8. Instead of it's 12 euros for adults, it'll be like 12 euros for students, but 15 euros for adults. So read all this through really, really carefully. Make sure you're ready for it. Also, there's some vocabulary you don't know. So this is the ideal time now and not in class to just look some of this stuff up. If you don't know anything, check it, make sure you're ready for it. And once you've prepared, then start the recording and listen to it. The other great thing about doing this at home rather than in class is you're in control of this listening, so you can pause it, you can rewind it, you can check it out, have a little go at it. Put me on pause now. Make sure you first off prepare these questions, then listen to the recording. We've talked about how to do that, and then when you're ready, restart me. I'll go through the transcript and then I'll go through the answers. Hello, right guys, so here's the transcript. Have a little read through, put me on pause, check your answers, check your true and falses. Now you can see this, see what you can do. When you restart me, I'll go through your answers. And here's the second page of the transcript. Have a little look through this. Restart me when you want the answers, guys. Alors maintenant, je veux dans les réponses. Donc numéro 1, l'aquarium est ouvert tous les jours. C'était vrai. Numéro 2, c'est ouvert de 9h à 19h. C'est faux. Il a dit c'est ouvert de 9h30 et c'est fermé à 21h. Donc, regardez la petite différence. C'est ce qu'ils font. C'est par 9h, c'est 9h30. Look at that. Just that extra half an hour. They change one tiny detail to mess you up. Hopefully, you didn't get caught there. Alors, numéro 3, ça coûte 12 € pour les adultes. C'est faux. Ça coûte 16,50 € pour les adultes. Another little trick. Did you get caught? I told you they were coming. See what you've got. Numéro 4. On peut acheter des billets en ligne. C'est vrai tout le monde. Alors, le 5e. À l'aquarium, il y a un restaurant. C'est faux. Ils disent qu'il y a une cafétéria. There is a bit of a difference between a cafe and a restaurant. I know what you're thinking, what's the difference? But yeah, this time it's faux. You needed to say cafétéria et restaurant étaient différents. Et numéro 6, now this is what they do in the exam. They'll put a little bit of extra French that you won't have been taught, but you need to work it out. So it's all about this verb imprimer, which you should have looked up. This means to print. So you can print a plan of the town from the website, and this was vrai. Voila. Right guys, 2 bits of extra challenge. You'd have heard that's everything, and then you're welcome, sir. That's everything is c'est tout, and then finally you're welcome. They say this all the time in French. Je vous en prie. is a very polite way of saying you're welcome. Je vous en prie. You'll hear it like in restaurants and that sort of thing. You can say like de rien, which means like don't worry about it, which literally means of nothing. That is more normal for people your age. So if you talk to someone who's 16 and you say je vous en prie, that's a very, very like formal way of saying it. You just say de rien. But to adults and to strangers, you'll say je vous en prie, which is a really good phrase. Right, guys, you know the vocab. You've now done a little listening that's modelled our conversation. I think, guys, you're ready to take it on. Alors, mes petits, now it's your turn. Let's put you to the test. Let's do a GCSE role play where you go to a tourist like vendor and you need to get a ticket and ask questions. Let's try it out. So, as this is ideal preparation for what you need to do in the real exam, I'm going to talk through that exam a little bit. And this is the first task, the role play. It's worth 10 marks out of 70. Now, you year 10, you should be aiming to get all 10 marks for this. So this is what it looks like. This is a genuine card. You've got some instructions here. So look at the topic first, because this will tell you the context that the thing's in, and then read through the instructions. This is what you need to know. You'll see a question mark where you have to ask a question. Now, I've made the card today, so you have to ask loads of questions to test you on that language. Then, this is the bad thing. Loads of like people come into their real exam and say, sir, I didn't know what I had to do really, because it doesn't tell you the question. It just gives you an outline. So this says, at the fashion clothes shop in France, you're talking to the salesman or saleswoman, and it says vêtements désirés, which means the clothing that you want. So you need to say, I want a jumper or I want a t-shirt, and you need to know that that's the thing you need to ask for just from this little bit of French. This is where it gets tricky. It's the same thing today. So some of your time will be working out what to do. You'll also get an exclamation mark. This is a secret question. On the spot, I'll hit you with a question. You'll need to answer it. So you might be thinking, God, that looks really hard. Yeah, it is, but you're going to be fine because you've got 12 minutes to prepare. This is the same 12 minutes within your picture card. So I'd recommend you do 10 minutes of picture card and like 2 minutes where you look at this role play and work it out. You can make notes up to a whole side of A4, so you can write down your answers for this and bring it in with you to help you out. Remember, you're not allowed a dictionary and there is an invigilator. Now, where this is different to the picture card, we talk about writing it all out and developing. The role play is a lot more simple. So for the marks, this is what will happen. I've made this a bit student friendly on the next slide. This is all you need to do. So to get 2 marks, so each question you can get a maximum amount of 2 marks. There's 5 questions, which is where you get the 10 marks from. So for each question, I just need a 1-sentence answer, and I need the answer to contain a verb. I need it to be like a sentence that makes sense, and you need to do good pronunciation. So if you want to say, if it says like you need a ticket for the castle, and you say un billet pour le château, that's 1 mark. 1 ticket for the castle gives you 1 mark because you don't have a full verb in it. And it's a good sentence that would work in France, un billet pour le château, but it's not perfect. To get that 2 marks, we need a verb. Je voudrais un billet pour le château, s'il vous plaît. Perfect answer. That is 2 marks. Now, you see how short that is? Some people try and do too much and they talk themselves out of a mark. You don't need to do that for the role play. Save that flair for the picture card. So if you said, je voudrais un billet pour le château parce que l'histoire c'est ma matière préférée au collège, mais tristement, Mr. Scott est mon professeur, il est trop énervant. I mean, that's a lovely sentence, well done, but it only gets 2 marks. And je voudrais un billet, s'il vous plaît, gets 2 marks as well. So keep it simple for this section. Otherwise, you might talk yourself out of a mark. Alors, on continue. This is your role play for today then. So what I want you to do, excuse me, what I want you to do is set 5 minutes on your timer on your phone. I'm not going to tell you what to do at all because this is what the role play is like. You've then got this to read through of what you need, and then you've got this bit here. So at the castle in France, you're talking to the salesperson. Now this line is absolutely crucial because it tells you where you are and what you need to do. All right, so I'm at a tourist attraction, a castle, and I'm talking to the person who sells the tickets. So you're at like a guichet, a window, and you need to buy some tickets. What do you need to buy? That's question 1. Then you need to ask 1, 2, 3, 4 questions. So you need to ask this, genre du voiture. What does that mean? You need to ask this, compte fermé. What does that mean? You need to ask this, le prix. And then finally, you need to ask them, recommander un restaurant. What are you asking them? Then number 6, this is a secret question. I'm going to hit you with a mad secret question after. Guys, put me on pause. You got 5 minutes to work out what to do and work out what to say. You can write down your answers. I only want a sentence, so that's like a minute for each one. Good luck, everyone. Pause me now. Off you go. Alors, mes petits, right, guys. So if you've restarted me, you've had your prep time. This is what we're going to do. We're going to have to do the role play, you and me. So over here and on the next page, you'll have the teacher card. I hope you haven't looked at that. Reese Tanner, I know you have. You always do. I know you're smiling and laughing at me now. So this is what you need to do. So here is the teacher card. Voila. So this is what I get in the exam. And this is what you get in the exam. So when you come in, I'll sit you down, I'll talk to you to make sure you're happy with your exam, and then I'll introduce you, and then we'll go straight into the roleplay card. So it tells you what to do. I will speak first unless I say your turn, do this, do that. So today, as we're going through the video, I'm going to say like both bits. So I'll start off with this, bonjour, je peux vous aider, and then I'll say answer, and then you do the answer for number 1, and I'll say answer number 2, question number 2, or whatever. When I'm talking, I'm going to hit you with a question, pause me, and then I'll tell you to say, like, I'll say number 2, hit me with your question, put me on pause, and then I'll say the answer. So, I mean, this could be shambolic, but let's just give it a go. Let's see what we can do. All right, so have your work in front of you. I'm going to hit you with question 1. In the real exam, I'll hold up like number 1 so you know what we're doing. Okay, so number 1, bonjour, je peux vous aider. Give me your answer for number 1 now. Alors, number 2, you need to ask me a question. Go for it. Alors, c'est ouverte tous les jours, sauf le dimanche, monsieur, madame. Number 3, you need to ask me a question. Go for it. Alors, le château est ouvert à 9h et est fermé à 18h, monsieur ou madame. Number 4, ask me a question, put me on pause. Go for it. Alors, ça coûte 5 € pour les adultes et 3 € pour les enfants, monsieur. Number 5, ask me a question, put me on pause. Good luck. Allez. Oui, il y a une cafétéria dedans où on vend des sandwichs et des boissons. Alors, number 6, I'm hitting you the question. You've got to answer on the spot. Est-ce que tu aimes notre ville? Alright guys, a really good effort here. I know this must have been so hard to do, but this is what it's all about. So the role play, asking questions, giving answers. I know we're just like pretending we're at this tourist attraction, but this is exactly what you'll need to do in France. So give yourself a mark out of how many you think you would have got out of 10 today. That's the first step, but more importantly, year 10, hopefully you're more confident now. And say if I dropped you off in France and said, right, go over there and get us our tickets, do you think you'd be able to do it? Hopefully the answer is yes. If it's no, why don't you just have a look at the work you've just done and revise it and see if you can go for it again. This is what it's all about. So this has been particularly hard to do today via video, particularly as my neighbours are having a social distance break-in party next door. So what I want you to do is be really happy with your efforts here today, guys. This is what it's all about. Hopefully now you're confident to go buy some tickets from a tourist attraction and actually use your French. It doesn't stop here. Keep practicing, get on memorize, look at this vocab, make sure you're really, really happy with it. But for today, year 10, a really good effort. Donc, merci tout le monde, bon effort. I'll see you next week. Merci, au revoir.